Blessings in the lessons of my adolescence. To shedding pests when wrapped in a peasant. To added lessons in the blessings of unwrapping my presence. This is an infinite synchronous of an endless kiss from different lips. Reflections of endless testing. Quivering by those that know the cracks in the road. Cracking the code, facts in the scrolls. I'm not housebroken. Shit everywhere it is outspoken. Living in everything since light crash with darkness and a big bang. Ain't shit changed.
In our last episode of Layers, we talked about the revolution. And in the first layer, we talked about protesting. We talked about making your presence known, that you want change to happen, that you are a part of the change happening. And today we're going to talk about preparation. What does that mean? What does that mean to change? What does that mean to put forth an effort for this to be a movement and not a moment? If you want to be a part of the revolution, if you want to put Black people in a certain standing to where we're not easily just out here being hunted, we have to first want to be the best versions of ourselves. We created this world. Melanated people were the first people on earth, and we created the foundation of everything that the earth, moves through. All of the sciences, all the philosophies, everything. You have to be that. We have to be a representation of that. Our knowledge, our spirituality, what we put in our bodies, our training. We were warriors. Our training, everything, economics. We don't need to be looked at as the poor or lower class citizens of the earth. It's time for us to get our hand in things financially and utilize our sciences to master ourselves and dominate on different aspects of this reality. When we talk about operating at peak levels and actually being of the archetype that, we have the ability to be in this world, one of the most basic things that we can do is pay attention to our diet, knowing what we consume. When you buy things at the store, when you go through a drive-thru, you don't know what the hell that is. You don't know what that is. And that's just being honest. So your body is an intelligent biological suit made of organic matter. So you need to give it what it is. Give it life force. Give it something that lives.
There's so many things that we can do to stay prepared, stay ready, stay mindful, and pay attention to what's going on, pay attention to what's not being said when it comes down to the government and the media. Kanji was on point when he said, get your health right. Take your herbs, take your vitamins, start exercising. We had this quarantine for 2 months? And that meant that you couldn't, they didn't want you to leave your house. They didn't want you to leave your house. They didn't put any, they put stipulations. If you leave your house, you'll get arrested or you'll get a ticket or something like that. But that's not stopping you from coming in your front yard. That's not stopping you from pushing the couch to the side. That's not stopping you from you got to go to the store because you need your food, right? So that's not stopping you from going into the vegetable section and getting some turmeric. There's nothing stopping you from going into the medicine aisle and getting you some vitamin C. It's so many things that we can do to keep our body healthy, keep our mind right. Now, on the flip side of that, so many people feel, Jesus is going to save you. Okay. Whatever you feel, do your thing. But ultimately and more powerfully than anything in this world outside of you is you. Meaning self. Meaning self. When you get up in the rising, you tell yourself, man, I have to use the bathroom, or man, I'm thirsty. The key word there is me. So tell yourself, I need to work out. I need to eat healthy. I need to take my herbs. And I need to be prepared for anything that happens. Meaning your disaster kit. Meaning your emergency kit. Meaning your knives on you. Meaning, oh shoot, I'm getting ready to drive maybe into this protest. I don't know. Go online, get you some bulletproof vests. Things like that. Prepare yourself. Take care of yourself. Always keep your weapons on you and learn some self-defense. Learn some gun training if you don't know it already. To my women, you're not too beautiful and too dainty to learn how to defend yourself if there's no man around. If there's no man around, what are you going to do? You're going to be stuck. Whether that's with your car or whether that's just walking down the street, you're going to be stuck. So take your beautiful self over there to a class somewhere and learn some self-defense. Get your health right so you can breathe. So if somebody comes from behind you, you know what to do, and you are able to get him in a hold, or kick him in his happy man, and he falls down, and you run. You'll have the energy and the stamina to run because you're eating right, because you've been training and you healthy. So a lot of people look outside of themselves for that strength. And I'm letting you know that strength is within you. If you want to praise whoever you want to praise, whatever religion you want to believe in, still do that, but know ultimately it's about you and your family. And just like he said, when they come in here with these tanks and they come to your door, are you going to say, okay, Massa, I'll come with you? Or are you going to say, are you going to stand your ground and say, no, I'm not? But when you do that, you have to be prepared. You better make sure your family is prepared also.
With chips and vaccinations.
All that. You know, and I always talk about this when I go live on my videos. I always say we have to pay attention to why are there so many melanated men feminized. We have to pay attention to that. And a lot of that is these flu shots, these injections that they giving the kids, calling the immunization shots. We have to make sure that they're healthy when it wasn't 30-something chemicals in it at that time. Now it's, what, 30-something, 60-something chemicals in one vial of...
You gotta get so many too.
Yeah, and it makes people submissive. These chemicals, they do something to the blood cell, the brain, and it makes you submissive. And it makes men submissive to where what you have on the front line is a lot of, let's just be real about it. You have a lot of men who are not true warriors anymore. When I say that, I mean, remember the deacons of defense? Well, we don't remember them like we were there, but we remember reading about the deacons of defense. They were a bunch of pastors and deacons that said, I got my gun in my left hand, my left hand, and I got my Bible in my right hand. And you're not going to keep treating our people like that. So in the name of Jesus, I will kill you. We don't have that no more.
No.
We have a lot of pastors that's, congregation, we have to bow down to Master in so many words. This is the message. We have to wear our mask. We have to stay in the house, not do anything. So when you tell people to not do anything, that's exactly what they're gonna do. They're not gonna do anything, meaning they're not gonna stretch. They're not gonna work out. They're not gonna go outside and teach their kids how to do jumping jacks or rake the leaves or cut the grass. They're not gonna do anything. That's the wrong message. The message should be, do something. I always say it. Take a look at your block, the block that you're on. If you take one person in each household on that block, we'll have another Tulsa, Oklahoma. If we take one person that in that household that have some type of knowledge on fixing a car, bam, there you go, an automobile shop. Know how to do hair, there you go, a salon. There you understand what I'm saying? Yeah. A carpenter. And you will have another Tulsa, Oklahoma in every single black neighborhood. But as long as you have pastors and other people saying, no, don't do nothing, stay in your house and just be there. Just exist in your house. Send me your money. No. We are not going to go anywhere. There's nowhere to go if you just sit there, you know? People put things out there. There's white people that have put so much stuff out there that's going on now, like the King Alfred plan. Read about the King Alfred plan. Rex 84. That was basically to enslave you. What are we doing now? We're in the house. We're quarantined. That's a part of Rex 84. The blacks and the Mexicans. That's what it says. So then you go a little deeper and say, well, what did Obama do? He put out a lot of executive orders. So he put out this executive order, 13603, that means you have to voluntarily work for simple resources like water. What was going on in Flint? Flint's water still messed up, but these people still got to go to work and they still got to pay their water bill. Same thing. They even came out here, right over there. I interviewed I'm sorry for putting my hand in your face, but I interviewed a news reporter over here, and I asked her. I said, "What's going on?" She said, "It's a water." This was maybe 2016, maybe.
It was right after the Flint.
Yep.
She said a water issue.
Yep. She said there's a water crisis in Compton and in Watts.
That's the only place.
I said to her, only in Compton and Watts? Black neighborhoods. I said, there's no water crisis in Beverly Hills? She said, oh, we don't know. But the reality of it is the answer to that question was really no. It's only in Watts and Compton. When you pay attention to certain things, put them together, it's like a puzzle. And once you put it together, that's when while you're putting it together, you bring your closest people with you. You talk to your friends, you talk to your comrades, you talk to your family and say, look, I learned this today about this, that. Now, this person is going to take it further and that person is going to take it further. And we're going to come together and figure out what we can do to strategize. Because remember, a tradition of service since 1850. If this man gets off, which most likely he will, probably get a slap on the wrist, even if it is 25 to life. That's not good enough. Why is that not good enough? Because you have all these people before him, all these cops before him that have murdered and killed unarmed black men and black women and kids. And they get death duty. We see you now. And we are ready to respond to you now. So if you don't come peacefully to me, we're not going to come peacefully to you. And people are not paying attention to the fact that we have the right to make a citizen's arrest against the cops. So if we see them beating up somebody or manhandling someone as they putting the handcuffs on, we are legally right to arrest that officer. We have that right to do that. But being the mind control, being the scare tactics,
I got this gun.
Stop! Don't do that to him.
I got this taser. I'm going to tase
really
you.
Need to utilize that right. That's something that should be pushed. People should walk around with handcuffs.
Thank you, that part.
Walk around with your knife. I have mine in the house. I just looked at it.
They are able to walk around with guns in plain sight, but get mad when you have one. I don't see the logic in none of that. If you're able to carry guns, we should be able to carry guns.
You want to protect yourself, we want to protect ourselves also. It's a give and take. You're not better than me just because your occupation says to protect and serve, and you are being looked at as this savior. But how could you be a savior? That means you're saving me from problems, right? How could you say you're a savior, but you're bringing me problems? I can't even stand outside with us four. Stand outside with a couple other people and the cops drive by. What are you guys doing? What are you doing? Focus, pay attention. Strategize. Think. Wake up. Move. Get your health right. Get your energy right. Get your family right. And we'll be all right.